ho, 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 ho.
Hey,
Hey.
good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, you got your Grinch cup.
Yeah, and he's
I
smiling.
I love him.
Smile. It's
This morning, I got my coaching cup. So you are going to hear, this is live at the Boyer household this morning. And we don't know what is going to happen today. Anything could happen because it just did. Of course, this is the time my son gets up when we go live and brings all of the Great Danes down to go potty. And
yeah.
let's just do it. So
Hey, you know what? It's real.
it's
live,
real.
Real
Yes.
home. Real life.
Yes, it's real life, and that's how we do things. We do things. This is not a good time to touch the puppy, all right? Because we're live on Facebook and and everywhere, 9 other places. I had just gotten him calmed. The puppy was calm. We had a half hour of silence, and then chaos broke out.
It's all right. Hey, you know what? Nobody's concerned about it except for you.
Oh dear. Well, because I was anxious all day. I was anxious about the puppy.
Right.
And how this was going to happen. And everything was calm and peaceful 2 minutes before we went live, and then chaos broke out. So welcome to the Boyer Chaos. So if you stick around till the end, I'm going to introduce you to somebody, the new family member of our household. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do this yet because Great Danes are my jam. That's what I love. I love our Great Danes. We had to put Sadie down 2 years ago. 2 years. And we had to put her down. And Glock, our Great Dane that took over her spot in the house, he is getting older. Hey there. I don't know who's saying hey, coaches. I don't know who that is. Facebook user. So
Gary. It could be Gary.
It might be Gary. It might be Gary. Could be Jenny.
Could
be Patty. Could be any of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, Glock is getting old, and Great Danes only live to, 9, 10, 11. Some of them live past that, but I wanted to introduce a puppy so he could train him because he is the king of any perfect dog. If there's a perfect dog out there, it's Glock.
It's Clark.
Glock. Yeah. No, I agree. Clark is pretty special. So
although Clark licks too much.
He licks too much? They all have their faults. Because mine slobber too much.
They just love us. That's all that matters. But you know it's funny though, before you go on about you seeing, you said I wasn't ready for it yet. Isn't that just the epitome of all the things that we don't like to get started?
Yeah. Wasn't ready for it yet.
But then it happened. And now you have
now he's here. Now we have baby Remington in the house, and he is 9 weeks old. And a monster. His dad was, I think he was 180 pounds, 165, 180 pounds. He's going to be a monster. So we have Remington. He's going to be called Rem or Remy or Remington. We're going with the Second Amendment theme that we have in the household. I saw this meme the other day that said, you mean you let your dogs on the couch with you? And it was me saying, I would give my dogs the keys to the car if he wanted it. That's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Kind of how it is. It's inborn with us because we grew up in a pet shop. So
it's true. Although I'm only
naturally.
With one.
What?
When you're married to somebody that just had one at a time,
that's not even right. I don't know what's wrong with him. If I didn't have 2, 3, 4. We love our dogs. Hey, Kyle, the dogs would like to come in. Public announcement when they're beating on the door. When you have a Great Dane, they don't just tap on the door and say, hey, it's a little chilly out here. It's a whoosh.
Body slam.
So anything could happen during this show because I'm dealing with a 9-week-old Great Dane puppy that is, we got him Friday night. So he's on his 3rd day. He's only had 2 accidents in the house, and they were my fault. It was not his fault. I don't think anything can be his fault. Although he did chew my husband's shoe this morning. If he's online, he can know that.
Although, here's the thing. You have one jealousy happening in your room, and he's speaking right now.
You hear him.
Not in my spot, because this puppy came along,
Yes.
And that was last week too. He was not there last week. So I don't know.
He's really feeling demoted in the house. Poor Winston. You'll hear him because he's going to know I'm live and he's going to say, wait a minute. But it's for his own good. This one, last week I forgot about him. This week it's because there's a 9-week-old puppy that will eat him alive if he flies down. He's not afraid of the cat. He has no fear of the cat. The cat's too fat, to even chase the bird. But he does have fear of this puppy. So he's in a safe place. He's in a safe place. So if you stick around till the end, I'm going to introduce you all to Remington.
In the meantime, would you like, follow, and share this out with your friends and family? We would highly appreciate it. Without you, we would not be anywhere. We hit a wall, and then when you share and follow and like, we get a glimpse of the other side of the wall.
We do.
Without you, it matters.
Sometimes the glimpse isn't great, though. Sometimes the glimpse is with those starvation diet people that get a little offended when we talk about eating steak.
We can't please everyone.
Cannot please everyone. We are pleasing our own people, right? Yeah. So I have some exciting news, and this isn't like public yet, but I'm not pregnant or anything like that. Yeah. So we are playing around with some new software, and it's not new to us. I was just doing some training. People ask us all the time, Monica, just tell me what to eat. Darcy, if you just told me what to eat, if you just give me a menu plan, I would be so successful. And we fight against that because we're like, you know what? I don't like to cook. And if I depended on my meal prepping skills and if I depended on my cooking skills, I would fall flat on my face. But I had to realize something. And believe it or not, and maybe you realized it because you're a little bit more compassionate than I am. Not everybody's like me. Can you imagine it? Like there's some people who do wonderful with meal plans. And so we've been fighting it. We're like, why fight it anymore? Yeah. The cool thing is we now have software that is able to connect with our practice better and connect with our link to our clients that is able to give them grocery lists. Like they can literally download these things on their phone when they're at the grocery store. It'll tell them exactly what groceries to buy, what to put in their cart. And then the really cool thing is, and we're just now starting to play with it, the really cool thing is they can say, hey, coach, I had, avocados and bacon for lunch. And it will automatically put it in their journal. It'll put the recipe. It will put the macros. It'll put all of it right in their journal for us. And we're able to see it right away. So we are really, really excited to start to launch and to look into what does a meal plan look like. Right. And how can our clients best use it in our program? So really cool stuff. And I know I'm going to be probably in training all day and messing around in there all day because I don't have any clients till 3:00 today. So that's
what? Cool. Nice. Yeah. Well, not cool. Nice, but you have time. Yeah,
but I have time.
Here's the thing, though. The reason why we're so against meal plans is not because we want to be like hardcore coach being like, you don't need that stuff. We want our clients to be able to know what to do in a pinch.
Right.
And when they're going out to eat or if they're in a pinch and they didn't go grocery shopping and they don't have the things in their house.
Right.
They're able to know what is a good option, what's
real life.
Real life. So I think we fight against meal plans so much because yes, it's real life. And then, yes, it is for type A people. Like they love to have lists. They love to have layout. They love that. But we also want you to be able to step outside the box and be able to roam on your own too.
Yeah.
So this is an amazing, I'm excited about it.
I am too. I'm really excited.
More about
and I fought it the whole way. I'm like, I don't need that. Because I knew it was coming. I knew this integration was coming. Like, oh, we don't need that. We don't need that. Our clients just need us.
We're so against like convenience sometimes because we want us to be able to do the work, but this convenience is going to be amazing.
Yeah. So. We need you to know how to go to Olive Garden on a low carb lifestyle and still surpass your goals. We need you to know how to do that. We need you to know how to go to these Christmas parties, which is what we're going to talk about today. How do you go to the Christmas parties and still lose weight during the holiday season? Yeah. We need you to know that. And meal plans, quite frankly, are not up to par with how to do that. However, Monday through Friday, they could totally be on, so we do hear our clients. We do listen to you. We will have this available outside our coaching world for the general public. Very interesting, though. I launched this to our clients last night in our group chat. Only 2 people said, give me that sugar-free meal plan. It was dairy-free. I posted a dairy-free menu. Only 2 people wanted it. What is wrong with our people?
We teach them well.
Holy cow. I'm like, you guys, we just gave you a gift and only 2 of you wanted it. That's a public chastisement of our inside group, right?
Maybe they're not awake yet and
Maybe they're sleeping.
Although it's
I'll give it to the population out here. If they don't want it, gosh, we'll just give it to the people who want it.
Don't threaten them.
No. Oh no, we'll hear it. You'll hear it in your coaching sessions today. Listen, Coach Monica threatened us.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's talk about something today. Let's talk about our schedules because it's starting to happen. December 1st, it's like everybody waits till December 1st, and then they can finally put up their tree. They can finally do all of the things that they get shamed into doing before Thanksgiving. But we have crazy, massively, horribly beautiful schedules right now because all of our companies are throwing parties. All of our families are getting together. And there is this, I love cookbooks. Stephanie, you're not in that. I was going to yell at you, Stephanie, because you didn't ask for the cookbooks. And she's not in the group yet. That's why she didn't. So I won't yell at you. Really? When you get into group, make sure you come in there and say, Monica, I want to be the good client of yours, and I want that cookbook. Yeah. When you do that, I'll give it to you. Yeah. But a lot of times, our life, my schedule is absolutely filling up, and I don't want it to. I'm like fighting it with everything I've got. I'm like, oh, I don't want to get busy this season, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And so a lot of people think, the freshman 15 used to be the freshman 10 when I went to college.
Mine was actually 20.
Was it? Yeah. Mine was probably that too. But
part of my weight gain was my freshman year.
Yeah. It's the obligatory. It used to be freshman 10, freshman 15. Mine was probably freshman 25, but I still called it the freshman 10. It's all about the name. Right. And a lot of people think that that's obligatory weight gain. And so people during the holiday season, in fact, I am having people scoop up my January sessions. I'm only taking 5 one-on-one clients this year for my year program. I'm only taking 5. A lot of people are scooping that up and saying, I want to start in January. And part of my heart dies a little bit when that happens because you and I lost 20 pounds from around there. I lost 20. I don't know how much you lost from Thanksgiving to January 1st. Yeah. You don't have to gain the weight over the holiday season. Nope. And you don't have to give anything up. You don't have to give the yummy goodness up. And it's just a matter of learning how to do it. And so that makes me sad a lot of times when people are like, I want to start January 1st, which is fine. We'll work with you January 1st. I kind of don't want to get that extra 10 pounds off of you when we start January 1st. It'd be great if we could go in for the next 10, but we want to talk about how not to do that. You don't have obligatory weight to gain during the holiday season. So let's start with the first thing, and you probably have it off the top of your head. If not, I'll talk just a couple seconds so you can get one. But let's talk about some tips on how not to gain that weight and some of the tricks that we use on how not to gain this weight during the holiday season. You want to take the first one?
Yeah, it's my favorite, and this probably describes all of them, is the pre-thinking and pre-planning and preparing. So the 3 Ps is probably the top one that I can think of because you need to know what your schedule looks like for the month. Mm-hmm. You need to be able to pre-plan times where you can, know when a holiday party is and how are you going to handle that. Even if it was a surprise party and you weren't expecting to have an extra work party, you know then what you can do, the tools that you can use and pull out to be able to take that along with you at this work party. There's so many options. Mark has a lot of these work parties, things that he not drags me to because I enjoy them, but takes me to.
Right.
And so I know how that, yes, it's going to be a catered in meal probably, or it might be at a restaurant that you don't know about. It might be, all of these unknowns. So what are you going to do? You're going to pre-think about it. You can research about it, about a restaurant or maybe what they're catering, or sometimes they give you options. Like if you do a steak, a chicken, or a vegetarian plate, you know what to do. Can I give an example of mine? So Mark has a work party every year, and I know it, and it's catered different every single year. The menu's different. They give you options where you can go and say, hey, I'm going to have this steak plate, or I'm going to have this. Well, this year was a little different because usually I go with the protein plate. When I know I'm not going to eat the potatoes that are given to me, or the other sides, I know it's going to be a vegetable and a salad. This year, both of the protein plates have some sort of sweet sauce on them.
Oh.
The next option was the vegetarian plate, which was a mushroom with a bunch of vegetables in it. Now, if you have all three of those options, what are you going to choose? Well, I know that the big mushroom is going to have a good amount of protein, but it's kind of like a steak. So I went with the vegetarian plate. I don't usually do vegetarian. I love meat. I love
or pro meat.
The chicken, but it was not a good option this year. So that's what I'm supposed to do. Now, will I eat something beforehand before I go so I'm not starving? Absolutely.
Yeah. So you kind of did a little bit of research before Mark says, okay, let's go to this party. You did a little bit of research. What are my options? What are the better of the best choices? Where we're either going to choose a lot of more sugar or a lot less protein. What is the better of the best choices? Yeah. That's a good one. When we come back, we're going to talk. Make sure you have your camera out, by the way, because we're giving away a free holiday cookbook. So make sure you have your camera out to zone in on that QR code. But when we come back, I want to talk about our number one enemy of the holiday season. All right. So let's go to this quick commercial here. Download your free holiday cookbook, and then we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Whoops. Did you get your cookbook, everybody? I hope you enjoy that. I tried to keep that cookbook really, really simple. A lot of times people are like, I want to know, I want something simple. And so that was in that cookbook. If you didn't get it, message us. We will be happy to send it to you.
Yeah.
All right. So the number one enemy of the holiday season is that very thing. And I don't have one with me, but it's our calendar. Our calendar fills up so quickly. A lot of times we are just grasping at straws trying to survive. What is next? What is next? What is next? So one of the things that I ask my clients to do is I say, okay, get your tools out. I want you to have a highlighter. I want you to have a Sharpie, pretend like this is a Sharpie, and I want you to have a creative color, okay? And I want you to do inventory December 1st. The first week of coaching my clients during this season is this very task. I want you to get a highlighter out, and I want you to highlight, actually, your Sharpie. I want you to black out every single time you have a party. I want you to black that day out so that is very, very visible on your calendar. So you can see, and yes, there's going to be unexpected, quick, last-minute things. That's when the pre-preparation packets that we talk about, and I call them, I use the 31 bags of the emergency travel kits, the emergency keto prep, the emergency things that we've got, the fat bombs that you have already created. That's a different topic for the unexpected. But half of the time we treat our regular hard copy. This is in the books as unexpected. We look down suddenly and we're like, oh my gosh, we got my husband's Christmas party tonight and we're getting ready that afternoon. When instead, if you do this December 1st, when you get that marker out and you black out all of those events that you have, then you can do what Darcy said. You can start to say, okay, what's going on at this party? That's one of the assignments that we have for all of our clients every week when we meet with them is, okay, what's on the calendar this week? How are we going to ketoize it? How are we going to keep you on plan? What is your plan for this party? That's one of the things that we do with them every week. Because everybody's individual, okay? Some people are going to have to eat before they go. Some people are going to do the 80-20 rule. Some people are going to do, everybody's different. But if you have it blacked out, you know exactly where this is and what you're doing for the next week. That's part of meal prep. Yeah. It's calendar prep, right? So black it out, and then you can do some pre-thinking, pre-planning, and preparing. Now, for our fasting folks, I use a highlighter. So I use the yellow highlighter because a lot of our people are doing the feast, fast, feast. And we have what we call diet pauses and diet accelerations. There's sometimes we allow our clients to say we're on a diet. We're in work mode. We are focused. We're zoned in on our journey, right? And then there's other times where we take that foot off of the accelerator and we have what I like. I think it's Kim Howerton. Love her. I think she calls them diet pauses. She might have a more creative name for it. But this is where the yellow marker comes in because we have a lot of our clients who are on our hormone feasting and our hormone program who are phasing in these fasts. What I want them to do with this yellow marker is I want you to mark in the times that you're fasting so that it works around your black spots of events. We're not going to go into an event fasting. I mean, some people can do it. I can't do it. I refuse to do that because I don't want to be on a diet in front of my friends, right? So I'm not going to be fasting during one of those events unless I consciously choose to do so. So a lot of times people are like, well, I'm just going to fast real quick. And then they realize, oh, that place is blacked out. I might as well not do anything for the rest of the week because that one section of the calendar is blacked out and I was going to fast during that time, and they stress themselves out. You take the yellow marker and you mark in where you're going to do your fasting, where you're going to do maybe you're delaying breakfast until that dinner. That's part of the strategizing. And then the fancy pen, you can do whatever you want with that. But I always have to have a glitter. I always have to have a glitter pen. Do you do anything with your third pen?
I usually have a fun highlighter, a different color highlighter, and I do fun stuff with that. Make sure it's fun in your calendar.
It makes the calendar sparkly because
I have this whole doodad thing where I have different colors. Mm-hmm. So my calendars are color coded.
Yeah. Now, what happens, Darcy, when you mess up on one of those days and you're like, oh no, I just messed up this day? Do you feel all guilty and shame, and then do you starve yourself the next day if you messed up that calendar?
You know that is my pet peeve of like,
stop it,
Linda. You know, every second we're given a brand new start, and you can always start that second. Next
absolutely.
Second. You don't have to wait till the next day either. You can just, you might have messed up there, but you stop. Like you learn your lesson, you move on. Punishing yourself for a boo-boo mistake or a weak moment, it's a terrible idea. You are
horrible.
Deserve a punishment like that. Mm-hmm. We all have weak moments. We all can be emotional. We can all have feelings. Those are normal. Mm-hmm. So knowing that there is a brand new second, every single second that you're breathing, you know that you can get back on board saying, okay, no, that's not okay. Yeah. Why? I want you to tell me why you made that mistake. Monica, you have a great explanation for this one because you just told me about it this morning. Of like being aware of your situation, where you're in. Yeah. But no, don't punish yourself. That is a terrible idea.
Or you go into this event and you're thrown a curveball and you make the wrong choice according to your standards or something. And when our clients do that, I'm like, I'm so glad you made that mistake, because then we get to mindfully think about, okay, what would I have done next time? Whereas before, we're just mindlessly shoving food in our mouth. We're not thinking about what we're putting in our mouth. And that is how the freshman 15 comes on. That is how we gain weight during the holidays. Whereas, okay, I wouldn't have made that choice. Here's an example. And it's real. Coaches aren't perfect, right? So I hate aspartame. I hate Diet Coke. I hate, it makes our clients gain weight. It is, cancer causing. I hate aspartame. I hate diet. Yes. It's addictive. Yeah. It literally, people think that they are making the better choice by choosing diet when they're actually gaining weight, having a Diet Coke. Well, I had a Diet Coke one time at Red Robin, which that's my favorite keto restaurant, right? You can it's just a smorgasbord of perfection for keto. I had a Diet Coke without even thinking about it. And it was during Christmas season. I was over by you at, where Ford's Garage is, in that mall area. Yeah. And that's the Red Robin I was at. And I had this Diet Coke. For the rest of the afternoon, I was faminously hungry, because it opened a trigger for me, and it opened up the ghrelin hormone, and I was munchy all day. Now, I didn't munch all day because I have trained myself and I've put my tools in place to where I don't cave into those craving munchies. However, it made me realize that day, when I have a Diet Coke, this is what's going to happen. And so from then on, I'm like, when I'm sitting and making that choice as to, do I want a Diet Coke with my meal? I'm like, no, actually, I remember what happened last time. And I tortured myself the rest of the afternoon because I was starving all afternoon. So that mistake showed me consequences. I'm so glad I made that mistake. And so when our clients come to us, tail tucked between their legs, I'm so sorry I did this. I'm like, whoa. What did you learn by that? What did you learn by that mistake? Because mistakes bring us to freedom. If we don't make mistakes, we're not going to understand what freedom really is. So,
well, right. And then if they do make the mistake, they have that automatic if they made that mistake and they didn't learn from it, that's the problem. That's what you're saying, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I had
and mistakes also can make us lazy. Yeah. If we don't learn from them, and if we choose to ignore those lessons, we can also grow numb to the consequences of the mistakes that we've made. So that's why I'm very, very careful when we teach our Ageless Keto program. I'm very careful about the process of bringing in those healthy carbs, because if we're not consciously understanding why we're doing that, then we can easily go back into our old lifestyle where that sweet potato will lead to sweet potato with brown sugar, which will lead to, back into our old lifestyle. So we're also very aware of, the consequences of ignoring mindful eating. There's a really good place for mindful eating.
When you do, because I'm going to say, when you do make that mistake, don't just say, oh, well, I might as well just binge eat the rest of the day because I already screwed up. That is the number one. Nope. Don't do that. No. That's why I say every second is brand new second, and don't wait for tomorrow to change it.
Right.
So that was one thing that I wanted to say is that I was going to say, and then I forgot.
Yeah. I hate it when that happens.
So don't feel like it's an opportunity. When you do that, don't feel like it's an opportunity to continue to binge eat or just, woe is me. I messed up already. I'm going to just continue making this day worse. I'll start new tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow's definitely a new day, but also every second is a new second.
You literally can sabotage your entire journey by one weekend. Yeah. One weekend can sabotage it. Not only, yes, you can totally gain weight after spending all week being on target, perfectly, macros perfect. You can completely sabotage the weight loss portion of your journey by doing that. The other, we'll answer your question here in a second, Sandy. Let's see. But the other thing that you can do by sabotaging is you can bring in that tolerance, that numbing of if you struggle with food addiction, if you struggle with, like I did with food addiction, it brings in that muting of your results. So you can sabotage it both caloric wise, because you can totally gain weight over a weekend and completely mess up an entire week of hard work in one deal. And then you can also wake up the ghrelin that monster who says, I want all of the sugar. I want all of the carbs. You can wake that monster up after you've taken 2 weeks to knock him out and mute him with the detox that you've done, with the sugar detox. So important to know that. It's not Sancy is what it's not Sandy. Sancy. And I apologize if I got that wrong, but hormones and keto. You absolutely can eat based off of your hormones. That's what our ageless keto program is. So if you are a woman with a cycle, really, really powerful. We teach you how to implement the hormone feeding foods such as sweet potatoes, rice, beans, those kinds of things. Complex carbs. Yeah, we teach you how and when to eat those based on what hormone that you are needing at the time. And so that's an entirely different, brand new program. We love it. We're making a couple tweaks to it.
Yes.
But we absolutely love that program. And it's life. I mean, I love it for our menopause ladies because it is a very, very easy way to sustain this lifestyle past. Yes. It makes keto and low carb very, very sustainable for life because of the way we implement the complex carbs.
And for you cycling ladies, wow. Like I cannot shout it off from the top of the mountain enough of saying this is a game changer. This just makes being a woman a lot better. It really does. Let's just
really does. Yeah. Ageless keto. That is correct. You can find that on our website, kmhealthcoaching.org. By the way, if I have gotten to the point, I'm so sorry about Winston in the background. He knows
louder.
He knows when the show is about to end, and he gets louder based on where we are in the program. My lifestyle, I tell you. But what I am really liking is the free health assessments that we're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to our website and they're just like, I need a coach. And they just kind of mindlessly go, I want that program. And they don't know what it is. And sometimes people get in the wrong program. We like to talk to you first and really do a personalized assessment. Each program is not for everybody. If you are a food addict and you enroll in our ageless keto program, you're going to fall on your face because addicts cannot do that, right? So there's specific criteria. I'm only taking 5 one-on-ones this year for a year. And I have turned away 4 because it's not for them. They're not serious enough. They don't have 100 pounds to lose. Yes, there's free health assessments. If you go to our website, kmhealthcoaching.org, you go to your coach that you want to choose, and each coach has a free health assessment under there. But we don't want you in the wrong program. And so I really endorse having a free health assessment with a coach before you choose your program. I turned a lady away yesterday who was going to do my ageless keto program, and I turned her away because I want her strictly keto for 3 months before she is even allowed to enter the ageless keto program because I wanted her to have that foundation. So we personalize each program based on, you can totally go in there and pick a program and purchase it, and you're in the program. We're gonna coach you that way, but we prefer to do free health assessments first. Takes a lot of our time to do that, so it's not probably a business proposition that I would recommend for other health coaches out there. But we love our people, and I want our people in the right program. So, if you do have over 100 pounds to lose, I do have only 2 spots. I've taken 3 of my 5, and I only have 2 left. Please feel free to sign up for a health assessment on that. Coach, you are filling your calendar up. We have stopped filling our calendars for 2023, but we are opening our calendars for 2024. The thing of it is our prices will be changing as everything else in life is changing. In 2024, our prices will be changing. If you enroll before 2024, you get the 2023 prices, but you don't start until 2024. Unless you're ambitious and you're like, please teach me all the things now. I am ready to start working with you. Coach Darcy's ready to start working with you. But a lot of people love that January 1st thing. That's the pressure. That's the only pressure is our prices are going up in January. So if you enroll now, before then, you get our 2023 prices. So
you know what
do you have anything going? Do you have anything going on?
I was just going to say, you know what I like about the gyms is that nobody's there anymore.
Nobody's there. Absolutely.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing.
Well, and with the health coaching world too, the same thing applies to us.
It's true.
If you want the most attention from a health coach, this is the time you enroll, because everybody's waiting until January to start, and our calendars are going to go whoop. Yep.
So anyway, I have my ages group going on right now, so I'm kind of busy with that. But I am always open for new enrollees for next month. And on one-on-one, I absolutely love working one-on-one the best. I feel like there's better progress and what's the word I'm looking for?
It's a signature program, Darcy. That it really is. Really? The 3-month program, when we can walk you through the ugly and after the honeymoon season, everybody loses weight the first 8 weeks. Yeah. Everybody loves, our regular basic program because we've lost 25 pounds in 8 weeks. It's amazing. Yeah. And then life happens at month 2.5, and they're like, oh, I didn't know this could happen. I didn't know, so
off guard for sure.
Yes. So
anyway, I do have spots available. I will try to get you in for the end of the year, but again, get yourself in for January if you're ready to start then.
Absolutely. Yeah. Are you ready to meet my friend?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'm going to go. He's literally snoring across the room. So I'm going to go wake him up, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Oh, Winston was quiet. He thought you were getting him.
Yes. Winston thought. All right, everyone. All right. This is Remington Boyer.
Are his eyes shut? You literally
I literally woke him up. I did. Is he not the cutest thing?
Oh my goodness. You don't even want to open his eyeballs.
He smells like a puppy. Look at his paws.
Oh my goodness. He's going to be huge.
Huge.
You're going to need to have an addition to your house.
Oh my word. Yeah. And his brother is not training him. It's me. It's me who's training him. So,
well.
Listen, everybody, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Oh, I woke him up. We hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
Your sound turned off, but I'm not sure what happened. You're going to hit that. We'll talk to you next week.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you did it again. What in the world?
He keeps touching the keyboard. So we will see you next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you set your alarms. Put us in the subscribe. This will help you be notified every time we go live. But you can count on us about every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. We'll see you next week, guys.
Toodaloo.